fall from grace for the Walt Disney Company has begun in the media. Maybe you thought it would never happen, but no, here it comes. Bob Iger, once considered the charismatic leader who could do no wrong and would lead Disney back to glory land, well, he is being dumped unceremoniously by the same media that heralded his return. It's time to dive into how they're doing so and what is telling us that the honeymoon period for Bob Iger is over. All right, folks, welcome back to another fantastic video of excellence here on the WDW Pro channel. It is a joy each and every time that you choose to join us. We're so thankful and grateful for each and every one. And folks, if you like content like this, consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe. And when you click it, you stick it to the algorithms. It's the notification bell. Today, we are here to keep you ahead of the culture curve. It's what we endeavor to do. And we're doing so by telling you that the media has begun to turn against Bob Iger, CEO of the Walt Disney Company, who once was gone, but not really, who occupied his office even after leaving the CEO position originally. And poor old Bob Chapek, who's living somewhere down on an island, we're sure, the Chapek Archipelago, well, he's out and Iger's back. The problem is that the media no longer likes him because, well, investors are running scared as the box office collapses. We've seen it time and time again now, and perhaps even the parks are beginning to look a little bit more dire as the content ceases to drive families to go explore those themed lands and those themed parks that once were the gems, the jewels of the industry all over the world. Here's what we've got out of the New York Post as the media begins to turn on Bob Iger. Disney boss Bob Iger's $33 million mansion gets mass renovations amid ESPN layoffs. Oh my gosh, they've discovered the hypocrisy. I can't believe it. Well, really, they're just choosing not to look the other way. And since some of their friends at ESPN have, they've headed out, now they are running hot over in the media. Here's what they have to say. Disney CEO, and how dare I forget this? It's by Mary Kay Jacob. And she says, Disney CEO Bob Iger's sprawling Los Angeles estate has been undergoing mass renovations amid a slew of shocking layoffs of some of ESPN's top on-air talent, the Post has learned. And folks, don't forget, they've also gutted the archives down to 30 people taking care of everything to do with the history of Disney, as well as turning the National Geographic side of their company, once an institution of America, into essentially a freelance operation. About $7 million in changes have been made according to calculations by the Post. It must pay well to come back as the CEO for 2 years. Worth an estimated $33 million. The 7-bedroom, 9-bathroom mansion was purchased by Iger and his journalist wife, Willow Bay, back in 1995, records show. They bought the home for $19.5 million, and it was smaller at the time, only comprising 5 bedrooms. Over the years, Iger, who is 72, has invested millions more into updating and expanding the property, which sits on 2+ acres of land. Now, one of the fun things about this article is that you can clearly tell this was written from the vantage point of somebody who has only lived in urban areas. We surmise that. Perhaps we're wrong. But in reality, the acreage might feel quaint to someone living in Alabama or Arkansas or rural parts of Indiana. Who knows, right? But 2 acres is not a huge amount of land. Just think about Bill Gates, the amount of land he owns. So why are they going after poor Bob Iger? Well, they're going after him because they don't like him anymore, because he's cutting jobs. That's what they thought was going to stop when Chapek went out and Iger came in. Only that has not occurred. Let's continue on. Located in the prestigious Brentwood neighborhood, the main estate occupies more than 7,400 square feet. Now, folks, listen. Your typical mansion starts at about 4,000 square feet, and most people think that a mansion really starts at 5,000 square feet. Many of these uber-rich individuals, they own big homes, but they own many of them. And these large homes tend to be over 10,000 square feet. So Iger is living modestly compared to many of these CEOs of huge companies who live in massive estates with diamond-crusted swimming pools and toilet seats made out of mahogany. The renovations include replastering the swimming pool and adding a spa, tearing down an old stable and building a new two-story stable and storage building in its place. Development records obtained by the Post show. And again, why do they care what he's putting in his home that is perhaps twice the size of your average upper middle class income home? Well, they care because they're after him. They have changed their tune. They're ready to finally criticize one Bob Iger. Although I do like the tennis court. That's nice. By the way, one of the other reasons they're doing this, they are attempting to embarrass him by putting pictures of his home all over the internet. Now, that's my opinion. I could be wrong, but that's what I think is happening here. Also added were a one-story attached living quarter and a new set of stairs that runs in the back of the home, as well as new gates and a new two-story media room with storage. In addition, the property received a detached covered patio, along with expansions of the first and second floors to include a large terrace that spans an additional 940 square feet. While renovating the longtime estate, Bob Iger and Bay, his wife, sold off their luxe Fifth Avenue's apartment in New York City in 2018 for $18.75 million. And here again, we have another photo, this time from the former New York City home, the New York City residents. Why are they posting these pictures? Well, how would you like it if your home was plastered all over the media? Hey folks, pardon the interruption. July 3rd, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to host a special live stream. It's a special one-time event, a celebration of all nations, but mostly America. There, we'll also be celebrating many of our friends who have reached major milestones on their channels. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll talk about Indy and more. Hang tight, hang in there, and we'll see you July 3rd at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That tells you why they're doing this. Iger, who made his triumphant return to Disney in November 2022 after briefly handing over the reins in 2020, holds an estimated net worth of about $700 million, according to Forbes. Described as maintaining a resort-like setting, the home's other features include a two-bedroom guest house and rolling lawns with ocean and city views. The master suite comes with dual bathrooms, and there's a separate office and gym area. The Post has reached out to Iger's representatives for comment. ESPN, here's the real crux of why they're doing this, ESPN laid off some of its biggest stars on Friday in a purge that is expected to include around 20 on-air personality. As the network hopes to save tens of millions of dollars, the Post reported. The list of dismissed sports commentators and personalities includes Jeff Van Gundy, Max Kellerman, Keyshawn Johnson, Susie Colbert, and Jalen Rose. Also on the list is the NFL Countdown analyst Matt Hasselbeck, NFL draft expert Todd McShay, college basketball analyst LaFonso Ellis, SportsCenter anchor Ashley Brewer, radio host Jason Fitz, host Jordan Cornette, and baseball writer June Lee. And folks, some of those names are big-time names. Some of those names are the people that are not supposed to take punishment ever. And because they've been let go, well, the media can't stand it any longer. Iger has crossed the threshold. He's moved across the Rubicon. You can't touch these folks. Van Gundy, after all, is considered one of the best NBA TV game analysts ever, while Johnson signed a big contract just 1 year ago. It goes on. Now, what do we know about this? Well, we know that they're gutting two other divisions. And we also know that the media had reported for many months that there were going to be 3 rounds of layoffs going into the summer. What they failed to mention was there might be more. And guess what? There are more. And now that that's happening, they don't like Iger anymore. They want him out. They can't wait for him to leave. Well, they've got to wait until next November, we believe. That's 2024 before Iger will step aside, but he will still be on for consultation fees and living in this fantastic quote-unquote mansion, which is nice, but not exorbitantly nice. It costs a lot, though. Maybe that goes to say that Iger has a spending problem both at home and in the company. They could do this for far less, I think. And, well, maybe that's similar to the box office and to the movie and to the production budget that they have there. But that's the story. The media is beginning to switch. The light switch has been flipped. It's now time to criticize Bob Iger, according to the mainstream. We've been doing it here, although we do it on legitimate means because, well, that's what we believe in doing here. We explain entertainment and keep you ahead of the culture curve. But the mainstream media, what do they know how to do? Well, they know how to personally attack a man by posting photos of his home and criticizing his expenditures. That's not where we go. We don't care how he spends his money. He's got lots of it. He can have that yacht if he wants to. Not sure it bodes well for his carbon net zero desires, but he can have all of that. We don't care. We just want good content. And until Iger fixes that, he's probably going to have this situation in the media as they begin to criticize him when their friends are leaving the company. Well, folks, it's a short one, but we hope you enjoyed it. If you like content like this, consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe. When you click it, you stick it to the algorithms. It's the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. I covet your comments. I care about what you think. What do you say about Bob Iger and the situation with Disney? And if you're not yet a member of the channel, for the price of a soda per month, you can get all kinds of exclusive content you'll find nowhere else. Consider it. We'd love to have you. We have a special live stream going on July 3rd at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, a celebration of all nations, but mostly America. You're going to want to drop by as we celebrate the milestones of our friends across YouTube. It is going to be a good time, and we'll probably talk about Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny some more. It is a car wreck that you just can't take your eyes off of. And, well, we'll do it better than anybody else. So, folks, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Floral, it's time for you to walk the plank.
What? Why?
Because you haven't subscribed to WDW Pro yet. Nor bookmark thatparkplace.com on your web browser to get great articles from great contributors.
What?